Hello, everyone.
Hi.
I've been asked to ask you to turn off your phones, so please do that. And also, you're supposed to answer some surveys at the end of the conference, but personally, I never answer them, so don't be like me.
Hello.
So my name is Elizabeth Moller, and today I would like to talk to you about the process of creating two social impact games that I've worked on. Normal Lost Phone and Another Lost Phone Lower Story. These two games are games where you found a phone and you have to find out what happened to the owner of the phone by looking through the different applications, reading the emails, looking into the gallery. They are presented as investigative games, but through storytelling, they make people think about important themes such as homophobia or abusive relationships. We sold more than 200,000 copies of these games. And these games also had a real impact on a large number of people, as you can see from different messages we have received. This game helped me come out of the closet. This game made me realize that I was homophobic and that I had to change. This game has helped me accept my past. This game made me realize I was too jealous and I had to work on it. All these different reactions are what I call direct social impact. Someone plays a game whose objective is to make them think about a subject, and this game provokes a direct reaction. I will give you some advice on how to design games with a direct social impact in the second part of this talk. But first I would like to talk to you about indirect social impact. Indirect social impact is the fact that any creation, whether we intend it or not, will have a social impact on its audience. To take a more personal example, when I was a teenager, I read a lot of mangas. On one side, I read a lot of shoujos, mangas for girls. In these mangas, there were always girls looking for Prince Charming and also looking for the best way to satisfy Prince Charming. At the same time, I was reading a lot of shonens, mangas for boys. And in the mangas I've read, all the boys were presented as sex maniacs, without exception. I was quite young and I didn't have much perspective yet. And these two parallel readings pushed me into the beginning of my love and sex life with two beliefs. First, my goal was to find Prince Charming and to satisfy him. That's what I have learned from the shoujos. But also, I had to accept all his sexual desires, because all men were sex-obsessed, without exception, including Prince Charming. That's what I have learned from the shonens. If you want my opinion, it was really not the best way to start young adult life. What I'm trying to say here is not that mangas are evil and that I regret having read them. Not at all. What gets me thinking here is that I'm not sure that the authors of this manga, while living in Japan, were thinking about the influence that their works could have on a French teenage girl. And that's indirect social impact. Every work we create has an impact, and as authors, we have a responsibility to think about the creation we make. Our responsibility as authors is not a choice, it is a fact, and we cannot ignore it. That's why we have to make at least inclusive games. Making inclusive games is an approach that consists in thinking about the impact that each creative decision could have and seeking to limit, as much as possible, any potential negative impact.